the believe. I don't mean believe.
Yes, guys, what's going on? So I wanted to do a quick video on Jake Lamotta and Gennady Golovkin. So let's get straight into it because I will be running out of time. Now, I wanted to see how would Jake Lamotta do in today's era, how would Triple G do in today's era, and who's better out of the two. And I think it's a really fair comparison to make. They are different, but Triple G, he reminds me of Jake LaMotta. You can't often get a fighter who is similar in style to another fighter in the same weight class. I mean, yeah, you get it from time to time, but I mean, these two fighters are as similar as Tyson and Joe Frazier. Now, Joe Frazier and Tyson were different in many aspects. Unless you understand boxing, you'll think they're the same, but they're not. They're quite different. And I feel like Gennady Golovkin and Jake LaMotta, similarly, are different but the same. Gennady Golovkin, he fights with more using his brain a little bit more, whereas Jake LaMotta was very rough, using his physical attributes a lot more. But I mean, if you look at Jake LaMotta on the left, he was just relentless. I mean, when he used to attack, it was from different angles, it was hard, and he was rough. I definitely think that Gennady Golovkin carries more punching power in the weight class that he's in at middleweight. But Jake LaMotta at that weight class also carried power. But the difference is that Jake LaMotta had an unbelievable chin. Now, Gennady Golovkin's chin, we don't know how good it was. But I think this is what's changed in boxing recently. It's not fashionable to take punches anymore in the old school days. It didn't really matter how many punches you took, and because I think now fighters have understood the importance of not getting hit as much because it can cause you brain damage later on. Whereas before, I feel people didn't quite realize the long-term implications of getting punched. Now we have seen previous fighters such as Muhammad Ali and numerous other fighters. You look at Emil Griffith and what happened in their fight. You saw a death, and I mean you just Benny the Kid Paret, Emil Griffith. You just look at that, and I think all these fighters have seen these things. Where fighters die, where fighters have been injured in the long term, and I don't think they want to get hit as much. I think Floyd Mayweather Jr. has also made it popular to not get hit. And this is the thing with Gennady Golovkin now. Although he does get hit sometimes with some big punches, overall, he likes to not get hit and box his way in, use his jab. He's technically a very good fighter. Jake LaMotta, in my opinion, just had one of the best chins in history. And because of that, he really used to put it on Ray Robinson. He put it on some great fighters and beat them, knocked them out. I mean, if you look at how reckless he is against Ray Robinson, Robinson wasn't able to really get on top of that flaw that Jake LaMotta had, and utilize his abilities to exploit Jake LaMotta's vulnerabilities. And that's the thing, his chin, Jake LaMotta's chin was just unbelievable. But I really feel that fighters today have developed. In terms of cutting the ring off, Gennady Golovkin is better than Jake LaMotta. In terms of punching power, Gennady Golovkin is better than Jake LaMotta. But I think personally, Jake LaMotta just had a superior chin, and I think that because of that, his fighting style was different, and he could get away with things Gennady Golovkin can't. I don't think Gennady Golovkin is invincible at middleweight. I feel like if he faced someone like Marvin Hagler, Marvin Hagler has the ability to put his ass on the ground. Same with Tommy Hearns, but I think Triple G would even knock out someone like Tommy Hearns. People are going to think that some of these statements are ridiculous because Triple G hasn't faced anyone. But, the point I'm trying to make is how boxing has developed and evolved over time. And you got to take these things into consideration, that boxing has changed and the fighters today have learned from the fighters in the past. But let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments in the section below. And bear in mind, Tommy Hearns is definitely top 3 favorite fighters of all time. Gennady Golovkin is not. And Gennady Golovkin has not proved himself. He's not done anything yet. But I mean, we're just looking technically. You look at his amateur pedigree, it's unbelievable. What was it, 395 and 5? I heard. I need to research that number, but it's crazy. But I feel that Jake LaMotta was a superior fighter simply because of how good a chin he had and how good his physical attributes were and how tough he was. But I feel like Gennady Golovkin technically is a better fighter. Leave your comments in the section below. Make sure you subscribe as always. The point I'm making overall, our fighters better today than they previously were. In a bit, guys.